Will you ever live back at my tiny estate? Will you have more kids in the future? View on open relationships? Favorite thing about each other? Don't get emotional. Hello. We are doing something a little bit different today, this week. We are going to be answering all of your questions. We've been asking all of you what things you want to know from us. We've been asking on our Instagram and our YouTube. So we thought we'll go through some and try and answer as many as we can.
Dean hasn't shown me a lot of them, so...
There were a lot, so I thought I'd just quickly I'll just quickly run through them and then we'll answer them.
Okay.
Yeah? Just like totally ad hoc.
Okay.
Right, okay. Will you ever live back at my tiny estate again once the main house is finished, or will that only be for accommodations and used as a wedding venue? Now for us, we call my tiny estate everything, you know, so like our place in Spain, the dower house. I guess they mean the main estate. So our plan is not to move back there. I don't know if we ever shared this, but when we knew we were having Danteo, we were really conscious of retaining our privacy, which I know is crazy because we share everything on here. Mm-hmm. But everyone knew where the main estate was, and we didn't feel comfortable raising a child knowing that so many people of the public know where we live, if that makes sense.
I think it was an accumulation of things for me, and I think as well as for you. It was a time that like the TV show came on, you know, we were like, I think after like COVID, so it was like the social media was kind of like quite strong happening for us. It's quite, I don't know if it's gonna be a bit sunny because the sun is coming out, we're in the greenhouse. So we started to kind of have lovely people, but they will just think that they would know us personally, so they will just like knock the door, try to look through the windows, you know, just trying to take pictures of something they were seeing, you know, on TV. So we obviously knew that we were going to look, we were in the process of having Danteo, and I was like, hell no, you know, I don't want my child to suddenly open the door to a stranger that thinks like knows him, or, you know, and you know, and everyone it's always been very lovely. I want to say that, but it was just a thought process of like having, you know, like kids that will open the door and it's like, oh, hi, Dante, you know, like, and because obviously we share things and then getting confused. And I was like, I think that, you know, our life has to be private, and I was not feeling comfortable.
Yeah, I think we just wanted to try and create a little bit of separation. We love sharing our journey, but that's why we've never really shared where the dower house is. We control the imagery we use of this place as well, as much as we possibly can. It's totally fine that everyone knows where the main estate is. It's the rentals after all. We can't not share it. But yeah, so that's kind of why we found this place, this is our home, and then the main estate becomes more of a rental enterprise.
Please just avoid any dirty ones, because people just ask dirty questions as well.
What will you do when the main estate and the dower house are complete?
I feel like this is literally from your dad, as he literally asked me that Saturday.
He did, yeah.
I just said to him, when the time comes, we'll see. I
know, I can't even imagine a time when we've got nothing to do. I still see so much that we can get done. I don't see it happening anytime soon, but I have an idea of what I want to do. When I retire, I want to kiln and I want to make pottery, and I want to be that annoying person that like gives you for Christmas a set of plates that don't match.
Well, I would love to kind of like grow just, you know, flowers and just, I don't know.
That's the thing. Like, we'll have more time to do the stuff that we do enjoy doing. Like, you enjoy doing gardening, and I enjoy like making things.
Yeah.
On the list for what seems like forever, and Dante is going to be too old for it by the time I get around to doing it. I really want to make him a little playhouse. Yeah, he was being excessive, so he was thinking of making like a Wendy house. I don't know if that's just the standard thing of what people call it, a Wendy house. A little house in the garden for the kids. And he wanted to make it out of brick and thatch. And
I think I showed it in a video.
That's not a Wendy house.
That's cute. Yeah.
You know.
Okay, next question, because there's like hundreds.
I know, we could just like waffle on the entire time. Okay. Are you making a video with your cruise on YouTube? Are we? Because I didn't do any recording, Borja did.
I have done some recordings. I think as I was like, I started being like, oh, I'm gonna do really cool things, recordings and stuff. And it was progressing. I was doing less recordings, which means I was just enjoying myself more and just like switching off. I think there will be snippets. Yeah, I can put something together with like photos and videos. And it was a really cool cruise. We really enjoyed it. Danteo was the absolute star of the whole trip. He was so good. I keep saying to my mum, he's such an angel. And
we're enjoying the moment at the minute because of his jet lag, that he goes to bed at his normal time, which is about 7:15, 6:30, and he doesn't wake up until like 10, which is amazing.
Yeah, like he's a good boy. He wakes up, like we do in like the middle of the night because of the jet lag, and he just like stares at the stars that we have in the in his ceiling moving. So he's just there until he falls asleep again. It's just really
What's
good.
the question again? Oh yeah, the crew.
So yes, I think I will. If it's not a full episode, it will be maybe like cramped within an episode. I don't know.
Love that you guys admit you met on Grindr. Actually, I've seen quite a few questions about this, of how we met and stuff like that.
It's a beautiful love story that started
for the modern age
online.
Yeah, yeah. So for any that don't know, we met in 2012. Mm-hmm. And we met on a dating app. It was a location-based dating app. A lot of you, some will know that it's called Grindr. And I was going into the city centre, Birmingham city centre, with my friend. And you were coming back from Paris, a little bit fancier. He was coming back from Paris.
I was working in Paris, so it's not like I was just having holidays. But yeah, I came back from Paris, and then sort of our paths crossed, we connected, and I don't know, I just knew it straight away. Like I saw your picture and I talked to you and we were just like talking, and I was like, oh my God, I'm in love.
I remember messaging my friend Jen, and I said, oh my God, look at this guy who's messaged me and stuff like that. Yeah. And then we met up like 3 days later, moved in a month later. It was just, we could do a whole story on that, but yeah, it all happened really fast, and
it was meant to be.
And 13 years later, here we are in our greenhouse. Who inspires your interior and exterior design choices?
Okay, do you wanna? For me, I love traveling. Travel really does inspire me with little things like. And I'm not talking like I need to see a room and I want to copy paste, but I can be in a little hotel, in a cafe, and I'm like, oh my God, I really like this combination. I like this color, or this works really well, or, and those for me are like these little things that I'm picking up. For example, in this trip that we have done recently, and I think I probably have taken videos of that. In Iceland, in Boston, they were like planting, vegetables within the flowers, and I said to them, like, how incredible that the cities are planting veggies.
It was kale.
It was kale, yes, which is lovely, very structural. But I was like, isn't it lovely that they're making these combinations? It gets me inspired on trying different things. That's for me.
I think with me, I get inspired by the buildings that we have. So because we haven't got new builds and we've got old buildings, they are already inspiring how we're going to design the spaces, because it's Georgian. It's a like 18th century cottage. They already have their styles already, and we're just heightening them by adding bits to it. So when I'm Googling, I do a lot of Googling, look at a lot of pictures on social media of what things would work in the context of a Georgian house and stuff like that. And that's kind of how I get my inspiration. Help us romantic singles with tips.
Well, I can tell you from my story, and maybe that helps. So for me, when I met Dean, and I always say that to him, which he hates it, I didn't have any standards. Let me just like rephrase this. I only had one relationship before then, and then I was like, I didn't meet anybody for a few years. I felt it was a time for me. I just wanted to kind of like just enjoy my own company. So when I say like I didn't have any standards, is that like I always said, look, I'm probably not going to meet anybody ever again, and and I didn't want to precondition myself if I met somebody that I felt something of like, I don't know, I'm gonna put examples. It has to have to go to university or these kind of things that the people tries to put, or be from certain background. Like that was never a thing for me. And then I always said like that he not only fulfilled, but like, what's the word? Like exceeded that, because he was such a lovely guy. And it was just a connection. Like you just know it. But I was not looking for a relationship. Like I was not.
Also, with these dating apps, you kind of know straight ahead what the intentions of the people that you're chatting to are.
Yeah.
And some just don't want relationships, so you kind of have to like nip that in the bud straight away and be like, okay, that's not.
Which I want to be clear for that. I know like these type of chats, a lot of people think, oh, Grindr is hookups. People, they just meet, they have sex. I've never did that. Like I don't think you did that either. Like this is just not something that I wasn't that.
Sorry, I just said no, like really subtly. Like it just seemed like lying. No, I was only on the app for a few days and then I met him. So, but he doesn't believe that.
No,
but it's true. If you ask my best mate, it was true. There's two different approaches to the.
I think for me, how I utilize the app is like I was extremely busy with work. I didn't have time to go out to the old-fashioned way of meet someone in a bar. I didn't have like friends in England to introduce me to other friends. Like so, I thought, well, this to me will shorten a period of time of meeting somebody because you already have got a pool of people. So.
And also, like, you watch all these dating programs, don't you, on like Netflix and stuff, and when people like are playing games and stuff like that, like, oh, I won't respond for a day so I don't seem too desperate. I just responded when I wanted to with him.
I did straight away.
Which we pretty much did.
Yeah.
And I just think just being yourself.
You had to be yourself,
yeah. Yeah, because if they don't like you for you, they're going to find out who you really are in a few months' time and it's going to be over. So, Who is the cook between you? Favorite meal? Would you buy something bigger abroad? Well, that was 3 questions in one. Who is the cook between us? Okay, so it used to be me, and then it kind of split between us, and then it ended up being no one because we ended up just buying like bars of chocolate and a bag of crisps.
Yeah, that was not good.
So I said to Borja that when we get the kitchen, the open plan finished, I will
become the cook again.
But I said also I don't want to work anymore. So I said, can I just be
I said that's not going to happen.
A man of the house? But he's not letting me.
That can't happen, I'm afraid.
Favorite meal? We always discuss this, like your last meal. What would your last meal be? Well, my last meal would be a steak with peppercorn sauce and chips. And for dessert, everyone thinks it would be a cheesecake, but I love a classic apple crumble. Although the sticky toffee pudding is up there. So yeah.
And for me, I don't know, like it changes.
Yours is like the chicken.
Yeah, like breaded chicken.
Yeah, which is the most basic thing. But then I suppose steak is, isn't it?
Yeah, I love breaded chicken. Yeah. Or like even like a normal sort of like rice and tomato and egg fried, which is called like Cuban rice, isn't it? Really? That's how it's in Spanish, is Cuban rice. I love that. So I'm basic.
That's crazy.
I love that. Inexpensive.
And would you buy something bigger abroad?
Yes, I mean, when I look at things, I'm like, oh my God, wouldn't that be lovely? We have had a place abroad. It's a nightmare to deal with. We have got my mum, which she helps me deal with a lot of like the admin. It takes a bit of a magic away. Dean doesn't get that because I'm the one that deals with the property in Spain, but it's something that is like, if I'm in Spain, I'm only thinking about like everything that I have to sort out. Before I will just enjoy my time there.
Yeah, so it's no longer a holiday.
It's no longer a holiday.
Yeah, so it's a difficult balance.
Yeah.
We have gone a very weird way about it where we've just like invested so much into property that we've got everything that a lot of people dream of. You know, like you've got a lovely house where you live and then you've got a second home abroad. But now we're realizing that it's not all it's cracked up to be, and actually, potentially, if we didn't have all that, would have a little bit more money, and then we could actually just have enjoyable holidays as such.
Yes, true. But I think in my head, I always justify that it's a beautiful location, and that because we bought it over 10 years ago, we bought it when the market was very low. Yeah. So I will think that we have made a lot of money if we were needed to sell it.
But money's never money when it's trapped in property.
Yeah,
that's the thing. And if you always are going to keep that property, then it's not. The money is
not real.
It's irrelevant.
Yeah.
We have dabbled into looking at other properties, and we'll share one of them soon that we actually looked at in Spain.
Yeah.
But yeah, not anytime soon. We've got too much on, too many buildings, too much maintenance. Are you anti-vaccination? I asked this because your son came down with chickenpox.
Oh my god.
Okay,
this is starting to kind of actually like get me a little bit cross.
I think we said this. We've explained this before.
Times.
So no, we're not. Vaccination is really important for everyone, and if the mass majority don't do it, then vaccination doesn't work. I will briefly explain the chickenpox setup. Okay. So in England, there is no vaccination for chickenpox under the NHS, although they are introducing it next year. But you still have to be over 12 or 15 months.
It was 15 months.
Yeah. In Spain, it's the same. That's already in place, but you have to be over 12 or 15
No, 15 months.
15 months again. So they restrict it because, I don't know.
No, well, I guess because their immune system has to be at a certain level before they kind of get, obviously the vaccination, you are introducing the virus in a small doses for the immune system to start learning how to fight that virus.
I support vaccinations, but to a certain limit. We don't need to be vaccinated against absolutely everything, just the key ones. And Dante has had his vaccinations, and he's had so many that I'm glad that they're limiting a little bit by, with the chickenpox one, leaving it until he's 12, 15 months. He got it beforehand. He wasn't really bothered by it. We were more bothered by it, but his immune system is much stronger now as a result of having it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But I as well, I support vaccination, and I come from a very natural approach to things. Like my mom also vaccinated us, but she was always very reluctant to give us medicine. She will always go for like natural methods or homeopathic and stuff. So I could be completely the other end and be like, no to vaccinations, but I do believe in vaccinations. Again, we were not able to vaccinate Dante against chickenpox. He got it it was 10 months or 11 months, so it was very, very early on, and it is what it is. He doesn't have to get a vaccine now because he's already had it.
Yeah, exactly.
So yes, we're not against vaccinations. It just happened the timing. He was a little baby when he got it.
And as Borja said, that's coming from us, that we don't take paracetamol as soon as we've got a headache.
No.
We don't take ibuprofen as soon as we feel a little bit of pain.
Yeah.
It's like the last thing.
Yeah, we take echinacea, we get like a bellyache, we get like a herbal tea, we're like that. So
yeah. Why did you decide on surrogacy in Texas compared to other states or Canada? Well, it was Arizona. But that's a longer story. I think we should save that for another time.
Yeah, let's save it all, the whole surrogacy, because
and baby stuff for another time.
Yeah.
Will you have more kids in the future? We'll save that one for another time as well, I think. Favorite place on your recent travels?
I think we could agree on our favorite place that we have ever been.
Can we? Oh, ever been?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll do that rather than
let's say at a count of three. Let's see if we agree. 1, 2, 3. Fiji.
Okay, Europe, Budapest. Yeah, Fiji. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, Budapest was really good as well. As a city break, Budapest as like a nice kind of like.
Yeah, we should have really explained that better, because we would have got it right. We would have synced.
You can see we're doing these questions on the fly. We're not haven't.
Yeah, Budapest was a lovely city, and would say that it's one of the nicest cities we've done in Europe. And we've done the majority. The capitals. of the country?
So we traveled a lot before we had the estate and we started renovation, because we had a low-cost airline called Ryanair.
Well, it wasn't just Ryanair; it was quite a few of them.
But basically, we would just look for like long weekends from our location, from Birmingham in United Kingdom, anywhere.
Yeah, because the flights were ridiculously cheap back then. You know, you could get like a flight to Italy for like £15 return.
Yeah.
It was just insane.
So that's why we traveled a lot. We would like just open to wherever, you know, and then we will find the hotels, and then we will have a lot of like lovely city breaks. That's why we have done a fair amount of Europe, because we were working with whatever was you know, the cheapest at the time.
Yeah.
So that's how we made it to Budapest.
But also New Zealand was amazing. South Island.
Oh yes, New Zealand. We love New Zealand.
We've been
so
really
much.
fortunate to see so many amazing places.
Yeah.
What would you love to do renovation-wise that you've put off because of finances?
Everything.
The main house.
Yeah.
There's so much. Honestly, if money was no object, we would also get people in.
Yeah.
And be telling them what to do rather than doing it ourselves.
The finishes will be different. I think like we try to elevate our finishes within our budget possibilities. You know, we have got, and we see other people that they do in their properties with a much larger budget than us, and I always think like how lucky to be able to just pick what you like rather than based on the budget that you have.
Yeah, we really push our budget when it comes to bathrooms and stuff like that, things that you don't want to ever change again. But it's like kitchens, for example. I mean, it would be lovely to have all the oak carcasses, all the frames, all in solid oak, that sort of stuff. Beautiful, like hinges, but you know, you're adding an extra zero.
But the problem is that we have been doing this for such a long time that if we were to kind of get a quote for one of these beautiful bespoke kitchens and they come at 78, like some of them they like coming up at over £100,000.
Yeah.
I'll be like, we can do so much for that money. Like we literally can do a whole house for that money because we do it ourselves. So we don't. I think we don't get the understanding of the value of things based on what we can get for that.
It's like we always get prices to get people to do some work for us, and we're like, that is so expensive.
Yeah.
We could do that in like 3 weeks.
Yeah. We'll save the money, and then that money can go towards something else. And I think that that's how we've been able to do so much, is because we don't like to spend the money. Like no one does, but I think because we know that we're capable.
We don't have that.
No, we don't have it.
Of money to spend it. So.
And that's why we started all of this. It's because we didn't have the finances to be able to have people doing all of these jobs for us. Yeah. And that's why I started to learn how to plaster. That's why we kind of like got so involved in like learning every trade, is because we couldn't pay the people to do it. And the more we were doing it, the more we realized that actually we were capable. And I think that I always say to everybody that is starting with their house doing DIY, I'm like, go for it. Everybody is capable, but it's always quite scary to start. But you start, you accept that you might get it wrong, and then keep going, you know?
But, we're quite controlling people, so knowing we can do this and we're not reliant on anyone is such an amazing feeling, you know?
Yeah.
What if the whole world ended and you were trapped in this house? You know, what could you do yourself to keep it up and running? I always think of that.
Well, if the whole world ended, we would not have the house because it would have ended.
No. I mean, like if there was a situation whereby we were trapped in our house and we couldn't get anything in, what would we do? How much could you do yourself? You know?
I think for me that I never did any DIY before I met Dean and we bought our first house. For me to feel that I'm capable, it helps me to kind of feel more confident that I am skilled where I can do anything. I generally feel like that. I'm like, just give me YouTube, give me a book, let me do my research, and I'll give it a go. And I feel like that's what it kind of empowers you to think that you can do it. Like, it maybe makes you delusional thinking you can do anything because you've done it.
Yeah. Would you ever move abroad, and if so, where? I mean, if we ever moved abroad, it would be Spain. I mean, there are so many places, but what most people tend to do is stick around where their friends and family are. I mean, that's what you do, don't you?
Yeah, but you got friends
except
and family. I mean, Dean always said like he would. I think he's absolutely lies. He would never.
I mean, I've got limited friends anyway, but your friends and family are so spread out now. You couldn't go and live somewhere that is by everybody because But that's what you tend to do. But I think people
is mainly asking for like life quality of life. I think
it's hard to know without testing it, isn't it?
I think. If you asked me this question years ago, I would have said yes. Now, I just love England, so I feel very... Well, I'm British, actually. Half British now. I'm a British citizen. So
And a lord.
And a lord as well. A Scottish lord. I love England. I love to see the seasons. I love to see the green. I love to see the countryside. I don't think I could live without that anymore. But... I would love... I always said like half a year here, half a year in Spain. That will be my dream, And also now I'm even wanting to push more my heritage to Danteo, Like I want him to kind of go to Spain and be Spanish. And I want him to be in England and be English. Does that make sense? Like I don't want him to kind of go to Spain and feel foreign. And even though he will be speaking Spanish but not understanding the people or how the behavior there or how festivities, because he's never seen it, and that's so important to me. So yeah, will it happen? We don't know.
It's hard to say if you would live abroad anyway, because you don't truly test out the places until you really push yourself and just actually move to England for a job and then kind of stayed here. Would you rather do Traitors or Race Across the World?
Yes and yes. I've always said I could 100% do the Race Across the World because I'm very streetwise.
Yeah, you are.
So I will, and I think I will win.
Yeah,
I do, and then we're so competitive as well. So we will, I 100% think we could do it and we could win it. Yeah. And then the
Borja probably thinks I couldn't do it because it's like slumming it, and he thinks I'm like, fancy hotels. But I can do it if I set my mind to it.
I don't know. I think
the food will be
I think you could do it based on competition, trying to win and not disappoint yourself. But I think you will really struggle. Yeah, you will have to be like
Traitors. You would be absolutely useless.
Yeah, I will have to be an honest one.
Yeah, he could not lie to save his life.
I'm not good at lying.
Even when he jokes and tries to lie about something, I'm like, I know what you're doing.
I know. I've never been good, but I think
that's a good thing for me. I couldn't do Traitors. It's just too much.
It's the pressure.
Yeah, too much mind.
But I would love to be in that setting, because of
working out.
Yeah. And be like, could I work that out, But yeah, we'll have to be honest. If I had to be the lying, I'll be caught within the first day. Yeah.
View on open relationships?
No, for me. I'm sorry, I'm not sharing.
Yeah, I agree with that. If you want to do it, great. It's not for us. Favorite thing about each other?
Oh. I
put you on the spot there.
I actually love that you are very caring, not only towards me, towards my family as well. I see that, and over the years, that's made me love you so much more, to see that side of you of you care of me.
Don't get emotional. What I like about Borja, or love about Borja, is he makes me a better person. Yeah, because everyone always jokes and says he's the funny one, I'm the boring one, which I'm totally fine. I'm totally fine with. He makes me less boring, which is lovely.
True.
Your son is too adorable for words, and he's lucky to have two dads like yourself. Oh, thank you. Will he go to traditional school or will you homeschool? He's definitely going to school. I mean, we discussed this about nursery. So he's at nursery for a few days a week now. We didn't want it because we love having him at home, but we know he has to socialize. It's so important for a child. I feel is so important to be immersed around other kids, seeing other kids of his same age. So we're not going to homeschool, but yeah.
I mean, I think I think for me, like, I would homeschool if I had like the mental capacity and I was able to kind of like, you know, teach him everything that needs. It's only because I want to protect him so much. Like, you know, it gives me a little bit of anxiety when he's not with us, because with us I can control that he doesn't fall. That, you know, things that obviously it happens with kids, but I'm there, so I know what is happening, and if something happens, I know exactly how it happened. I think my concern is I would not want to put him in a school where there are families that maybe they don't have diversity in families, and normally that is what is put across to their kids, and that kid says things to our kid that is going to make him feel different. Or
we've researched so much, and you know, the issue is never to do with this. Is not to do with other children, because children are very accepting now.
They are very
We've
accepting.
seen it with our niece and nephew.
Yeah.
It's the parents.
Yeah.
I feel like we have a lot more pressure as gay parents to show the world that we're worthy of being parents. Does that make sense? Like, if a straight couple, it's just another couple, with a child, but we know there's a lot of people that are like, no, two men should not have a child, so we feel like we have to prove them wrong by ensuring he's perfect.
I mean, that's a much bigger debate.
You see it with most of like new generations now. The split is
so what I'm saying is, like, it's not the generational thing where like, oh, the dad is kind of like onto the side, you know, the mother's dealing with all of that, and he will be like, you know, do what your mum says type thing. It doesn't happen that. No, but it doesn't happen that anymore, you know. Like, I see it with friends, you know, and the dads, it annoys me to have to say like the dads do so much. It's because it's a team, it's a 50-50%.
It is a team, yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, in terms of the school, they will go to school.
Yeah, we waffled on a little bit. Our favourite meat for Christmas dinner? I make the best ham.
Oh,
so I'll be doing a ham this year. We've got Christmas at ours this year, so it's going to be a stress. It's a bit of a stress because our kitchen isn't complete, so it needs to be completed for Christmas.
Yeah.
And we also need to set up a dining space. So yeah, but excited to have Christmas at ours for the first time.
In the Dava house, yes.
Yeah. So yeah.
So thank you guys so much for I think this is a bit different, but I think it's been fun. We could actually go for a long time. I hope this is not the real time.
No, it's not. It is the real time.
Is it?
We may have to edit some of the questions out. We'll just select a certain amount, and then if you like them, then we'll release the other ones.
Yes,
later date.
I think that could be fun. There's always like, you know, there is definitely one about surrogacy. You know, we have got so much experience, and I am such a geek. You know, I have listened to every podcast you can listen to. I have done I've read every potential thing. Like, I know so much about it, haven't I? So that will be a fun one.
Yeah,
to
like
do.
surrogacy and just baby related stuff, like what we've done and how he's grown up. Or whatever.
Yeah. And if you like it, share, all of that things that people have to say, and click the bell button, and we'll see you next week. We're going to be doing a bit more of the open plan, so we actually are a little bit more advanced, and we're gonna catch up. Now, if you got to this point, you can see we have got mics. We have done an investment.
If you say that you can't hear us, then we're like, what the hell's going on? Because we're wearing mics, and they're fancy ones.
Now, just please do understand, though, because I have to kind of like get back to people and say this, that a lot of the footage is for like over a year old. We are on a room that we didn't have mics. We're in a room that is empty and all of that. So it does vary a lot, the audio. Stick with us. We slowly will be improving the audio because we're getting the gear. For us, it's as well like a habit to try to remember to put mics, because a lot of the times otherwise we just wouldn't get anything done.
Exactly. It's a hard thing to do because we're always jumping about, you know, either we're looking after Danteo and then we'll do like a half an hour bit of work.
Yeah.
It's tricky for us to just quickly flip on a mic and...
Yeah, but we'll finding a way. Anyway, Lots of kisses for everybody, and thanks for the question.
Yes.